in England. Figures show the number of bags sold in large supermarkets has fallen by 95% since the 5p charge was introduced 6 years ago. So will the new charge lead to an even greater decline, or should the government have gone even further? Well, let's talk about that now with Trewin Restorick. He's a sustainability campaigner and chief executive of the environmental charity Hubbub. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Restorick. Thanks for being with us. Do you welcome this change today?
I think it's a great change. I mean, the first thing is that the charge now applies to all shops. So that's the small sort of local shops as well as the big supermarkets. So that's good news. It's consistent, shows the government is serious about it. And the second piece of good news is that the charge has been increased. So the charge has had a massive difference already. The average household has reduced the amount of use of single carrier bags from 140 bags a year down to 4. But still, 1 in 5 of us are still using single-use carrier bags when we go shopping. So the fact that the charge has increased to 10p, I'm sure will sort of provoke thinking and change habits as well. So both of those are very good signs.
Is 10p enough? Would you have liked to have seen it gone higher?
I think 10p is a good move. I think the public has been really receptive, as far as you can see from the polling. So that's really positive. I think the slight concern is that will people move over to sort of bags for life, which use more plastics? So I think we need to see an increase in the charge of bags for life. But I think the encouraging thing is that this is part of a broader strategy we're seeing from government to reduce the amount of single-use plastics. So there are lots of other changes in the pipeline coming through. So, you know, deposit return scheme.
It took, I just want to ask you, on the plastic bags, it took 6 years to go from the first step, which was, of course, in major supermarkets, the 5p charge, to now. Do you think is that OK in terms of a timeline? Would you like to see things moving faster?
I think on all of these things, we'd love to see it move faster. You know, the environmental crisis around plastics in our oceans and microplastics is considerable. So, you know, you would love to see government move much faster on all of these things. But, you know, the reality is you have to take the public with you. And I think the great thing about the plastic bag charge is that not only the public are with it, but, you know, small businesses have welcomed the introduction. So it's always a balance, but, you know, environmentally, we do need to see these things move faster, definitely.
As an environmental campaigner, how do you feel the UK squares up to other countries in meeting its climate targets?
It's a real mixed message, isn't it? So, you know, there's a lot of fine words, and I think the public are generally accepting that, you know, we are having an impact on our climate and we need to change. So, and there are snippets of good news amongst this. The carrier bag charge is one of them. But I think for the public to really believe it's a serious issue, you have to have consistency across the board. So, you know, you have to have consistency in terms of our energy policy, our view on airport expansion and all of those things. And I think, although the government is very good at shining the spotlight on the good things, the public are a little bit more sceptical and say, well, what about the other stuff that you're doing? And there isn't that consistency of message that we really need to see for the public to truly believe, you know, we are facing quite a big sort of crisis environmentally.
Now, if you're heading to the supermarket, to the local shop, what's the best sort of bag that you can use? I know Morrison's have got paper bags, the Co-op's got compostable single-use bags. What are the best ones?
Well, there's a mantra on this, which is reduce, reuse, recycle. So, you know, the best thing everybody can do is not to use any excessive bags. So, you know, if you've got something you've already got in the house, reuse it. You know, don't go down that path of like creating more demand on resources. So that's always the first step that every household should take, which is like, do we need to consume this in the first instance? And if we don't, that's the best step that anybody can take.
Great advice. Thank you so much. Trewin Restorick, their sustainability campaigner, CEO at Hubbub. Thank you very much for being with us. You are watching